What's up, guys? Another roster update video. Unfortunately, this is to clear up some confusion and show my updated picks, pretty much. For some reason, SDS decided to make it a 3 week gap instead of a 2 week gap, so that their roster update could coincide with season two, set two, whatever you want to call it, coming out. So I was kind of off on some of my picks. Some pitchers that were supposed to do good got lit up in recent starts. Some hitters have kept their cold streaks going that I didn't think mattered last week. So this will be updated picks, and yeah, let's get started. First one warms my heart as a Tigers fan. Uh, Javier Baez has been getting kind of hot recently. He recently had 5 games in a row where he didn't strike out, which is the first time in his major league career he's done that. And yeah, I think he's a sneaky pick mainly because he is insanely low. He is a 73 bronze. If he can get even to a silver, you're going to be looking at a much better player. And I assume his splits against righties aren't nearly as bad as they are portraying it. And maybe his vision and clutch go up if he stops striking out. Him only having bronze field or silver fielding is kind of a crime. I feel like he should never really have below a gold shield, even with some of his errors. But yeah, Javi is a sneaky one, more of a long term investment. I could see him ending the year at a gold if he can somewhat get back to form. Verdugo, subscriber mentioned him. I think he's on the outside looking in. He is hitting really good right now for him, anyway. I think maybe if he statted really bad in game, that could definitely help him because those numbers aren't great. So he rakes against righties, doesn't really touch lefties, has absolutely zero pop in game. So this would be somebody I would look at their splits for. I would look at their platoon splits. He's hitting decently against lefties. He's not hitting as good as they portray him to against righties. He is slugging good against righties, bad against lefties. So we go back to his card. Um, I would say that's somewhat accurately portrayed. Just because he's on a hot streak, I wouldn't necessarily expect him to go up. Maybe a +1, +2. Definitely, probably not making the jump to gold. Uh, Same as last week. He did get touched up. His ERA is a little higher. His WHIP's a little higher. But Aroldis has been really good this year for the Royals, and I might expect him to get his outlier fastball added back, which would increase his value no matter what his overall goes to. Bryce Miller is a sneaky one. Has only pitched 2 games so far. Has looked fantastic in the 2 that he has pitched. I don't even know if he's in the game right now, to be honest. If he's not, then disregard this. If he is not in the game. Oh, he is in the game. All right, cool. So yeah, that is not correct. I would not expect him to make the jump to gold, but maybe in the coming weeks when his prices go down a little bit, this could be somebody that y'all consider long term. He looks like he has absolutely electric stuff, and he's striking out everybody he faces. Brent Rooker, if they were in the Player of the Month program, you can pretty much pencil him in for an upgrade. It's pretty much guaranteed at that point. He's not quite on the hot streak that he was on, but he does have another home run, and he is about the only person on the A's hitting. So I would expect some love to him. I think he's still a bronze. I would expect him to at least make it to a silver. And yeah. So Bo Bichette is not as hot as he was when I made that last video, but he is still hitting pretty well for the Blue Jays. And I would expect a +1, +2. Probably not going to make it to Diamond, but I would expect him to maybe make it like an 84 or an 83 at least. Brian Reynolds. A lot of people are on the Brian Reynolds to Diamond hype train. I am not. I could see him going to an 83 or 84. I believe he's at 82 right now. He is an 83. Again, I don't see him going Diamond, but I could see him going to an 84, especially if he is hitting well against lefties. So again, we'll check his platoon splits here. Against lefties, he is not hitting the ball hard or hitting it for average. So, yeah, I don't see him going diamond. I don't even see him going to 84 with that. But if you want to have diamond hands on Brian Reynolds and just keep holding him, maybe he'll get hot and eventually start hitting lefties. Hunter Brown, another pick from last week. He just keeps dealing. He looks like probably an early pick for AL Rookie of the Year if one of these other guys didn't exist. But he's been fantastic. Masahiro Yoshida. This is the Red Sox outfielder I would personally pick to get upgraded. He's been on an insane hot streak recently. You can see the last 14 days for him, he's been batting .450 with 3 home runs. He is a lock to go gold. I believe he's a 77 or 78 right now. He's a lock to go gold. Adolis, I think, is a lock for an upgrade. I do not know if he will make it to diamond. I don't know what the market is thinking on that. I believe they are in between right now. A lot of these prices are low right now. It's a good time to get into investing. You can see he's at 25 to 2,700. I am holding some of them, but I am not actively investing in them. I think it's very iffy, and it's really up to SDS. 64.50. The main thing I would look for him would be how well he's hitting for average against lefties, and it's not good, right? His stats are representative of how he's hitting in real life. He's hitting for some power against lefties. He's hitting the ball hard against lefties, but he's just not hitting the ball frequently against lefties. So maybe he gets a power right bump. Maybe you get a little bit of a power left bump. I don't see it. He'll probably settle at 84. If you got in at 1,200, that's probably not a bad spot. But I think it might be too little too late for him. Mateo, this is the one Lightning player from this month that I don't really see getting a huge upgrade. When I made my last video before he had the Player of the Month card, he was batting like 350 with like 5 home runs. Now he's batting 300 with 6 home runs. I think if he statted really poorly in game with his hitting, then I could see him getting the upgrade. If he has accurate hitting stats, I don't see it. I think his overall is carried by his speed. And you can see he is not statted great. I could see him going +1, +2. I don't think he's going to get the jump that some of these people are hoping for, but I could see him getting upgraded. Another Lightning player, Jonah Heim. He's a lock. Don't know if he'll make it to gold. I believe he's a silver. He is +2. He'll probably get that. He's probably a lock for gold at that rate. You can see the market's projecting him between an 80 and an 81. That's probably where he will end up at. Right here, his biggest hang-up is going to be contact versus righties. So if he's hitting good against righties this year, then I'd say he's definitely a lock. He's batting .276. I would say that's better than 48. That's probably more like 68. So I think he will probably get the bump. Alvarado, another Lightning player. Nothing much to say about it. Still one of the best relievers in the league. Absolutely unhittable in real life. And yeah, he's a lock to gain some attribute points. He's not going to go diamond or anything. I think he's at 80 right now. He's probably going to go to an 82, 83. Alexis Diaz is a big one just because he's right on that, right on the bump of being able to go diamond. A lot of people are in on him. I don't think his stats look absolutely fantastic, but I do think they look good enough to get him to a diamond. You can see the market's already kind of caught up. There's some room if you really want to get in on him, but I think it's probably a little too late. People have been investing in him for like the last 3 weeks, and yeah. Joe Ryan, a recent one. He must have been doing some work with Sonny Gray in that twin staff because he has been unhittable recently. I believe he's on Diamond Watch. He definitely is. I think he's almost as safe of a bet as Alexis Diaz, and if he keeps it going, I don't see any reason he wouldn't be a diamond. He'll probably get one start from the time this video's uploaded to give you more of a sample size on him. If he doesn't go diamond this update, I would probably expect it next update. Eric Swanson is somebody that the community is really high on, and there's a reason for that. There's not really great opportunity on him. I believe he is a like 78 overall, going for 800 stubs. So if you already had him, cool, keep him. If not, it's probably too late to get in on him. Sonny Gray stays as one of my locks. He did get touched up a little bit in his last start, but I mean, look at these numbers. He's still probably the best starting pitcher in Major League Baseball this year. He's been absolutely elite, and there's nothing much to say about it. I don't see any way where he doesn't go to a diamond, or at least an 84. I mean, he's the most deserving to be a diamond of anybody in Major League Baseball, probably, and he should at least go to an 84. You can see the market has him at 1,500, so they have him at an 84. I think in all likelihood that's probably where he'll end up at. Sean Murphy he's an MVP candidate as a catcher, and prior to that, he was known as one of the best defensive catchers in baseball. So I imagine there's pretty much nothing holding him back from going to an 83, 84 this update. I would not expect him to go to a diamond, but I could see him going easily to an 83 or 84. You can see 56, 60 are the main numbers I'm looking at on him. We'll go to his platoon splits. He is batting .246 against righties, but he is absolutely killing lefties, and he's hitting for good power against righties. So I would expect a slight power bump against righties. Probably contact right might get a slight bump, if any. Contact left should probably go up to around a 70, something like that. He's probably looking at 83 overall would be where I would probably put him at, which is right where the sell order is. Another lock, I pretty much guarantee this one. Randy Arozarena will be a gold next roster update. He has been on an absolute tear. There's not a lot to think about, and the market kind of reflects that in this price. I think they have him at about an 82 right now. Yeah, so they have him at an 82. You can get in for his price at an 82 right now. I think he looks really good. You can see the power righties is lacking, and the contact right is lacking. So that's the main thing I would look for. Against righties, he's batting .314 this year with 4 home runs. So yeah, he's a lock to go gold. I don't think there's a lot to really think about there. He's already on the cusp. And left fielders hitting is weighted really high into their overalls. So I see him at least probably going to 81, 82. And that's about where the market has him at. Yennier Cano got his monthly card, obviously. This was somebody that I was sleeping on. Did not know he was having the year he was having until the market let me know that. And you can see he has a 55 overall, of which I own almost none of, unfortunately. And he's going for about 400. Will he make the jump to gold? I could see it. I think it's unlikely. I think a high silver is probably where he'll go. If you already own him, good for you. I see him making a massive jump. He will not be going for what a 55 overall is going for. And my final pick is Matt Chapman, the Lightning player. He's slowing down a little bit recently. You can see last 7 days, batting .222. No home runs. Last 14 days, .319. No home runs. So the power has not been there. That was kind of just him being streaky at the start of the year. But the average is still decent, and obviously he still plays an absolutely elite third base. I don't see how he doesn't get a +1. I could see a +2. I think it's unlikely, but I could definitely see a +1. He is sitting at 84 overall right now. These power numbers are probably not representative of him, to be honest. But the contact isn't either, right? So I can see the contact going up. Maybe the power goes down a little bit, and that's how they keep him at an 85 overall. But I see no way in which he doesn't go diamond. And that's why he is a lock. So to sum up the locks, I think it's Matt Chapman. I think it's Cano, Randy Arozarena, and probably Sonny Gray are pretty much locks. People on the outside looking in, Alexis Diaz, Joe Ryan, Sean Murphy, people like that. And yeah, guys, so that's going to do it. If this was at all helpful for you guys, feel free to like and subscribe. Peace.